where does the WrestleMania 13 with you and Bret, that would be Bret Hart for you newcomers, where does that match rank in your, top whatever of WrestleMania matches? Is it top 5? Is it top 3? You
talking about WrestleMania in general, or my WrestleMania matches?
Your match, though your opponents. Where did your match with Bret rank with the other guys that you work with at other WrestleManias?
Oh man, I tell you what, I had some clashes with The Rock, and that guy was just, they call him the most electrifying man in sports entertainment. And for some reason, The Rock and I just clicked on every single cylinder. I was good for him, and he was good for me. But when you talk about Bret Hart, WrestleMania 13, you talk about how important that match was for my career, also executing a double turn in the business, high-profile match on the biggest stage in a semi-main match, which blew the main out of the water, with all due respect to those two cats.
Yeah.
Man, that you can't beat WrestleMania 13. That iconic image of Stone Cold passing out in the pool of blood with the sharpshooter. It was just two guys who went out there, and we thought we were going to stink the joint out. I'm not a submission wrestler. I only knew about 3 damn holds, and it was a kick in the gut and a drop, a stunner.
Yeah.
So, we went out there, and I, man, at that time, I owned Chicago. Chicago was my town. It's my favorite town to work in. And I tell you what, it was a special night, and everything worked.
It did.
WrestleMania 13, Bret the Hitman Hart, one of the greatest of all time, and that match right there specifically, probably the greatest match I've ever had.
Really, I kept thinking, I called most of Steve's matches, over the years. I had a couple of interruptions in service when I was sick with the Bell's palsy a couple of times, and I don't think I was ever future endeavored while you were there. I don't believe.
I couldn't remember. I mean, hell, damn WWE aspired just as damn many times.
Yeah,
I didn't know what was going on.
There you go. I don't know either. I don't know. I didn't know then. I didn't know when I was there what was going on. So just ask anybody I work with. They'll tell you. The match, I thought the match with Bret, considering where it propelled you, considering that he really, there's a torch passing right there. Now we talked the last time about the fact that neither of us wanted to see The Undertaker lose at WrestleMania. That was not the torch to be passed. The Bret Hart going to the villain side and leaving the all-Canadian guy side, that was big business. Because he was as popular as anybody in the territory. And he's going to become a heel. And then you have been a heel. And the double turn worked like magic, but, man, it really puts you in that left lane where you could drive as fast as you wanted, because that was the break, it seemed to me like.
Yeah, and that was the break. Still a lot of work to be done on the backside of that to propel me forward, but that was certainly a key moment. And, Bret Hart gave it his all that match. He really brought his A game, which, seemingly every time I saw Bret Hart in a squared circle, he gave it everything he got. One of my most favorite competitors to work against or with, and just in general, as far as a body of work, Bret Hart is in my top 3 of just, if I can only watch Bret Hart matches, I'm fine with that, because I like the story that he told.
Yeah.
I like his style and his execution, his flow, everything that he did worked for me.
Yeah, he understood. He got it. And he told great stories.